Here's some delegation tactics that will help you grow your employees' skill and ability and honestly make them happier. The first secret that you can employ is one of the easiest, and it actually makes a ton of sense, and that is just change the verbiage. When you're following up with somebody on something that you've assigned them, get rid of the words did you. Did you put the potatoes away? Did you make sure to rotate the stock from front to back? Replace that with how did it go when you, or what happened when you. So what happened when you put the potatoes away, or how did it go when you moved the stock from front to back? That slight change will actually do a lot for the signal that you're sending to your employees, that you expect them to do certain things, you expect that they followed through, you'll be surprised if they didn't. It also makes it uncomfortable. Like if you say, how did it go when you rotated the stock? It's a lot harder to, I guess I didn't. That's actually a little bit uncomfortable without you having to be a jerk or be mean about it. But it also signals, I trust you and I expect that you do a good job. Okay, so there's the first tip for better delegation. The second one, and there's a super hack here, and that is let them see you pull your phone out and schedule follow through. I use the Gmail app, but there's a ton of, almost every one of the email apps can do this. I will actually just pull my phone out and speak into my phone what I want to say when I follow up. How did it go when you yada yada? So pull your phone out, speak into it what you would say to them when you're following up, and then you could either go and follow up directly or just set it up, copy it into a text. Or if you're using email, you can actually schedule to send it to them and to you on the same day when you want to follow up. If you move on, we're all super busy. And so if we assign something and then we just move on, the likelihood that we'll actually follow up goes down. And what that means is that the likelihood that they will follow through on a repetitive basis also goes down. The third thing is how-to training. Most managers, most leaders, they train to the how point, but not all the way to the how to. And here's what I mean by that. Let's say that I have a task, I'm training somebody new on it. Oftentimes I will, people will come in and they'll show, here's how this task is to be done. Okay, you do this in step one and everything else, but they forget the second part, the to. And all that boils down to is it will be done right when it gets to this point. A lot of times if you have a checklist, and here's a little trick on those, put those checklists in first person. So cleaning the bathroom, I checked the toilet paper, I made sure to wipe down the counters, I have them check that off. That alone says, here's the to point, get it to this point, and I'm going to signal that I did the job up to the to point. So that's the how to training, not just how the task is to be done, but to this point. The last little trick is what I call CPR corrections. A lot of times it's awkward and uncomfortable to go out and call somebody to the carpet if they're not doing something well or if there's something that concerns you. What I found is I struggle with that. I'm not naturally confrontational. And so what's helped me is to have a pattern. And for me, it's just thinking, okay, CPR, current pattern relationship. Current thing that I'm seeing is this. Here's what would happen if the pattern of this occurred, and here's how it affects everybody else. So it's not this open-ended discussion. It means that I'm more likely to go have the discussion, have it quickly and be right to the point. And most of the time that means that the employee will appreciate that they're being corrected, as opposed to just you waiting until you're super mad and then you go out and lose your cool, which is almost always a bad thing. Those are some of the things that we've done to grow employees, where from the owner had to go around and do everything to where we have almost 100 employees now that each know their job and perform it well.